Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jalen Says, and that was some of his artwork, amazing artwork. And today we're with Andre Thompson. How are you today?
Hey Jalen, how you doing, man? I'm good, man. I'm well, man. I'm glad to be here.
Nice. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Hey man, anytime.
Thank you. So you do some incredible artwork. I mean, that's incredible. Before we got on, you were sketching us some of your incredible artwork.
Right. Oh yeah.
Nice. Very big. Yeah. So how did you come up with your art style?
Well, actually, man, what a lot of people don't know is that I'm actually a fashion illustrator, man. So I went to school. And I ended up getting a degree in fashion illustration. So a lot of my line qualities and line work comes from being working with designers and and just having a degree in illustration. So that's where I was told I had a certain style about it that people recognize from my lines.
So has anyone, have you gave anyone classes about art?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I actually taught a couple of years ago, man. I actually took a job, man, at a school. I was teaching, man. I taught everything from kindergarten up to 12th grade. So
Wow.
It was cool. I mean, all in one. I'm talking about one day. So it was challenging, but it was fun at the same time. So I've taught. And I actually love teaching. Yeah. I really do.
Nice. So, who was your mentor, or who was your inspiration to start arting?
Well, you know what? That's interesting you say that, man, because believe it or not, when I was about your age, man, I was growing up, man, I really wanted to be a lawyer all the way up until about 11th grade. And I realized that I really liked to draw. So I went to school and I went through a program where we kind of had to identify what our strengths were. And it was identified that I had a good hand in illustration. So I started, following some fashion illustrators, but I really didn't have any mentors. But, we had the examples of like Ernie Barnes from like the Good Times show, when you saw the elongated figures and things like that. So I really did like that type of work when I was growing up. I did.
Nice. So what was your first art piece?
So my first art piece, which actually got me into doing art full time, was I did a piece called Real Men Pray. And Real Men Pray was it was a watercolor piece that I actually released at TD Jakes Manpower Conference. And it was back in like 1995. And it was a man's conference, and I had one print, one image, which was Real Men Pray, and from that, I ended up selling something like 500 pieces, man, in 2 hours, and I was like, wow, So yes, it was a Real Men Pray, my first piece. And then from there, of course, came Real Women Pray. So, and it just went on from there.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So, how well the first time you drew, like actual, or how well were you? Were you good, bad, terrible, or incredible?
Well, I was. I don't think I was bad. I don't think I was bad because, believe it or not, man, my mother still has some of my original works back when I was first started drawing. I mean, the first time I drew, of course, I got in trouble, man, because I was drawing on walls. So I got in trouble. But what really happened was, when I look back on some of my early works, I can see where I was not bad for that time. So I wasn't really bad, but I got a lot better.
Nice. So, in the future, what do you see yourself doing? Do you see just keeping on drawing or reaching out to other stuff?
Well, definitely other stuff. Still, I think the drawing or art is what got me to where I'm at. So when I say other stuff, probably other stuff in the field of art. Like right now, I'm doing some designing. Uh, I've also been into the home decor piece where I've designed windows, doors. I have on my new website. I have pillows and things like that. So I'm going to always be drawing, but probably reaching out to other industries such as home fashions, which I've always been around. And then I've even got into some development stuff when it comes to like buildings. And one of my ultimate goals is to have an Andre signature home. So
Oh, nice.
I've
So
been wanting to do that.
like Andre and Decor, not Floor and Decor, Andre and Decor.
There you go, Andre and Decor. Absolutely.
Yeah, nice.
So, yeah.
So, what is the favorite thing you decorated?
Probably, I would probably say it was a bathroom, man. One of my collectors, her husband, they actually bought a new home. And her husband called and told her that she could take any room that she wanted to and just decorate it the way she wanted to. So she ended up calling me. And so what I did from there was I went in and I designed her bathroom. So it was, I'm talking about the window over the tub. We did the doors going into it, and everything. So that was probably the most fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
The bathroom is the most important thing with a house, to be honest. I mean, if you have like this incredible house, I don't care. I don't care if it has a 24-karat wall. I don't care if the bathrooms have just plain concrete on the floor.
Yeah. That seems to be a whole lot of people's sanctuary. That bathroom, man. When they go in that bathroom, that's where they get that peace and that tranquility.
Yeah.
A lot of, believe it or not, bathrooms are important. Yeah.
Yes, they are. And if you don't think so, try seeing how it is without a bathroom. I mean,
That's right. Absolutely.
So, have you ever decorated something for your own house?
Well, you know what? Yes. I mean, I would say, not like I like to, because a lot of people like now I find myself putting up some pieces. Like I'll put some pieces up around the house, or like one of my most favorite things to do is that to be able to decorate a room. Now my wife is an incredible decorator, so of course I wait until she tells me the colors, but she's an incredible decorator, so I kind of give her the lead on all of that, and it should tell me what colors to put in and what to think about. So I'm actually getting into designing wallpapers too, so that's cool. So I told her, maybe one day I can put a wallpaper up somewhere.
Wow, that's nice. So, about growing up, besides drawing on the walls and getting punished for that, how was it?
I got punished all the time, man. It was a different time, but see, the trouble that we got into back when I was your age is a little different than the trouble that this new generation gets into. I mean, I was the only son. I was the only boy. I had two sisters. So by not having a brother, I used to get bored a lot of times, man, and just find things to do to my sisters. So, and I got in trouble a lot for it, man. But I love them. They know that. They know it was love. I mean, just little things like wait till mom and leave and go to the store and put my younger sister in the bathtub and just cut the water on. Little things like that, man. It wasn't nothing that crazy. But let her tell you, I did that.
Wow. So, how was school for you?
School was actually pretty good. I mean, we were that was the thing about growing up, man. We were challenged, man. At least I was always challenged because I'm the middle child, which means I was in between two smart sisters. So what happened was when it was report card time, we all had to sit at the table and put our report cards out, let mom and dad kind of go over them. And so you better not have a low score or the lowest score. So I was challenged a lot, man. But I had good grades. I had pretty good grades.
So, who got the lowest score? Like, let's say out of all the time, who would have got the lowest score?
Me? Well, I would say I did, but we were A and B students. I mean, my thing may be I may slip up one time and get a couple C's, but outside of that, we were all we were on the honor roll. We were all part of honor societies, so we challenged one another, and it was a joke, like you didn't want to come home with the worst report card. Let's just say that. You didn't want that to happen.
Okay.
Not at all.
So, what happens when you don't have the highest report card?
Well, you got things taken away from you, like your bicycles taken away from you at the time. It all depends. I mean, back then it was a little different. There were switches on trees.
Yeah. So, one day you may get a lot taken away from you.
Right.
Many parts of your body feel like they vanished.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, yeah, man, but see, you just took me all the way back, man. You took me all the way back of thinking about the times when you didn't want mom or dad to come home because you're like, oh man, once they get home, it's gonna be it. It's gonna be this is when it's gonna be.
Nah, I'm done, man.
Yeah.
Man, hide me.
Right. That's right. Exactly.
Do you have any interest in acting?
Man, you know what? I tip my hat to actors. I actually got thrown into a movie one time. I mean, and it was kind of like, as a matter of factly, it wasn't like I had planned to be in it, but they had they had come to my art gallery, and the guy didn't show up that they were supposed to film, who was the owner of the art gallery. So they grabbed me and they said, "Look, man, how about you be the guy?" So I'm sure by you knowing about acting yourself, I felt like when they said take 92, I knew at that point I was like, man, this is way not what I want to do, because I just that take 92, that meant what, 91 times wrong before. So, but I am working. We talk about acting, man. I think if I do anything towards acting, it's going to be more on a reality show, man. I mean, I am working on a concept for a reality show dealing with artists. So,
nice.
But it will strictly be just me. I mean, when I say just me, I mean, it won't be no script. It'll be real reality. So, we're actually working on it. I'm working on it right now with a couple producers.
Oh, we have 2 questions about designing. Have you done any staging for selling of luxury homes?
Any design for luxury homes?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I would say that, man. Look, I got called to go out to Deion Sanders' house one time out in Texas, man. So that was a wonderful luxury home. So I've done everything from and even now, even to doing fabric design. So when people are doing upholstery, so I've got called to do some upholstery work at the same time outside of art.
Nice. Have you done any fabrics used in the staging of luxury homes?
And if I'm working on that right now as we speak, I'm working on that right now. As a matter of fact, I did not have any idea how important um, fabric design was. I mean, although I have a degree in fashion illustration, but I am working on a few patterns.
Have you ever thought of designing clothing?
Absolutely. Believe it or not, as a fashion illustrator, my first piece was my first thing I did was a clothing line, and it was actually a hip hop clothing line. And I produced the clothing line back in the day when it was Chris Carl Kanai, Chris Colors, what is it, Cross Colors, and Maurice Malone back in those days. This is like in the early '90s, man. So I created a line, and actually I was very fortunate with the line. It got selected, and it went on Kellogg's cereal boxes.
Oh man, if I was like, tw- 20 years earlier, I mean, I may have seen it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, but it went on a panel program. Like, you know how you look on the back of the box when you can write something, when you can send the boxes in and get something. Yeah, the clothing line got selected for that.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice.
So it was cool. It was cool to walk in the grocery store, man, and see all these Raisin Bran boxes, man, with the stuff on it.
Nice. So what was it called again?
It was called Hip Hop Gear. It was called HHG, which was an acronym for Hip Hop Gear. Yeah, and I also back in the day, man, there was a boxer named Oscar De La Hoya. So I was actually fortunate enough to design his robe. I designed his robe and his boxing robe. So I guess I have touched fashion a little bit.
Wow. So if you mind, can you send me some of those pictures of the designs? Because I want to see, man. It's been great. It's been pretty nice.
Yeah, man. I would love to. I would love to. As a matter of fact, I was working on. There's a company called Ethnic Expressions, man, and they're a lead company when it comes to especially African American designs. And so what I've been doing with that is that I'm actually working on a decor line, t-shirt lines and everything for them right now. So yes.
Nice. Wow, that's incredible. Man, so you think you're gonna go back to your designing roots?
Well, I stay in them. So it's like, every day, man, there's a different call because you just never know. I stay ready because really I tell people all the time because when you're an artist, the elements of art never change. It's just the palette. It's just the canvas. So what happens is the same thing that you can put on a jacket, man, you can put on a table or you can put on whatever, and as a matter of fact, one of the great projects, a project that I've been talking to a guy about recently was I met a guy who designs cars, man, and I think it was so cool. He designs those concept cars when you go to the car shows. So he and I said, man, how do we design a car? So I'm fascinated with him and what he does. And he says, look, man, he says, since I do patterns, it would be cool, man, if he would design the car and maybe I could design the interior, man. The seats and everything. So the palette just changes.
Yeah. Wow. So how was your life in college?
Life in college was good. I mean, it was. I had fun, man. I went to Virginia Commonwealth University, and I was pretty active in school, man. When I say that, I was. I got into a fraternity, man. So I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi. So I got into the fraternity piece and did that. At the time, my mother and father they own restaurants, man. So we
Nice.
we were fortunate enough, man, for them to get me a restaurant. So I had a restaurant while I was in college as well. It was called Andre's uh, on the college campus that I went to. So I guess everybody knew me back then and now as I've always been an entrepreneur,
Wow.
very good and busy.
Nice. So you like cooking?
No.
Hmm. So your family likes? Does your sisters like cooking?
Yes, now I have one that does. I have two sisters. Now my youngest sister loves to cook. Now my oldest sister, I couldn't tell you what she can cook. So it's a big difference. But yeah, my youngest sister loves to cook. My parents, by being entrepreneurs, I got that from my dad. You know, so my dad owned restaurants. So that's where the food part came in, not the cooking part.
So you have no interest in cooking?
None. Outside of every now and then, I put something on the grill. You know, yeah. I mean, if my wife lets me do it, I go ahead and put something on the grill. But
Nice.
no, I have no interest in cooking.
Hmm. So would you like make a burger for a cookout?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now I do a burger. I'll slap some ribs on the grill, a burger or a veggie burger, whatever you want to do. Now I'm a seafood person. So then when it comes to seafood, I love seafood. So
Well,
like,
would you cook seafood?
huh?
Would you cook seafood?
Yes, I cook seafood. I
Nice.
I steam seafood. Like I had steamed crabs just the other day. See,
Wow.
in Virginia, that's what we like to do.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, my mom's from Virginia too, and
Wow. Yeah.
nice.
So she knows about that.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does.
she knows about that. So I take it she cook. She can cook.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you would cook a burger, but you wouldn't cook like flamin' yon.
um. No. If I had to, I would, but it's just not. It's not one of those things that I look forward to doing. You know what I mean? But I have to. I would. You know.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
And
So
specific.
after COVID's done, what do you think of doing?
Ooh. Um.
Where?
I've gotten so I'm getting accustomed to the COVID piece now. When I say that we've had to do a lot of things from being in person to virtual,
Yeah.
and I'm really starting to enjoy the virtual platform a little bit. You know, because I think it's you can reach the world more. You know, I think it's getting better and better.
Yeah, because we probably couldn't have this interview before we knew about this virtual broadcasting and stuff like that.
Right, right, yeah, that's right. So I have a question for you. So is that when you started during the COVID?
I actually started back like 2018 and late 2019. We had like a little pause, and then COVID happened, so we really had a little pause.
Mm-hmm.
But like a month into COVID, a month or two or three into COVID, we started back Jalen Says and now on StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. I just think it's so cool, man. When you reached out to me, man, I said, man, I just have to go on this dude's show because I just felt like it was just the coolest thing, man, to see a young man like yourself doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So, do you have any ideas of illustrating for books?
Absolutely. I mean, I think you need one. You know, I think I would love to get with you, man, and get you to just start writing out some notes and uh,
Yeah.
and doing a book, man. You know, all the time. I'm an illustrator, man. So coloring books, whether it be your own little comic book, whether it be some inspiration, some affirmations that you may have. Um, I do them all the time. I just think it'd be something that I love to do. Now, what's interesting is I'm having to get used to, one day I may do my own book, but I've been so used to doing other books. I did a book with my sister, man. There's a character named Fishy Frog, and we actually did a book, and we're working on his whole thing, man. But the whole piece is called he's a half fish, half frog. So of course, when he goes to school, man, no one knows who he is. So they pick on him. And so it's kind of like an anti-bullying platform. So they
Yeah.
pick on him. But guess what happens? When they find out that he's half fish, half frog, the fish in him can outswim everybody in the classroom. And then the frog in him can outleap everybody in the classroom. So guess what? He then becomes the most popular kid on the yard.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah. So we're working on that now, man. I meant to send some images on that, man, because it's a great project that I'm doing with my sister. And I think it's fun, man. So we're gonna make that happen.
Yes. So, do you have any ideas of animation?
All day. Fishy Frog is animation, but at the same time, I'm I would like to learn a little more about it myself, or I team up with animators because what I found out is I'm pretty good at creating the characters. I can draw the characters, but making a move is something else. So I'm really starting to appreciate animation. I'm starting to appreciate the process and what it takes
Yeah.
to do it because it is a process.
Yeah, because that's like 100 or so pictures per second.
Right. I mean, and even some of these movies out here, man, I was told that some of these movies could take anywhere between 5 to 10 years to produce.
Yeah.
And I didn't believe it until I really got into trying to do one. So, well, now I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard work, but when you see it, it's gonna look nice.
Yes. So I'm a big cartoon guy, man. I mean, I get on I think it's one now called Coco Melon or something. I'm not trying to give anybody else credits, but it's
Cocomelon?
yeah. I think this mother called me the other day. She says, "I need you to look at this cartoon and I love it. Can you do something like that?" And I'm like, "Wow, what is that?" So I had never heard of it. Then I went on online and I started seeing it, and looking at the characters.
Yeah. Pretty hard stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movement.
Yeah. So, do you have any ideas of like, creating an art shop worldwide, like your own art company?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have that now. But what I'm really want to do, because I think that there's a big difference now. Well, there are a whole lot of artists out here, man. I'm finding like the most talented artists, and I think that they really need guidance or some kind of help as far as direction, as far as marketing and things like that. So, I would like to ultimately do an art label.
Yes. So, what is Andre Enterprises LLC?
Well, Andre Enterprises LLC is really the collection of everything I do. Um, so enterprises being everything from the furniture, furnishings, to the art, to the animation, to the design, to the apparel, to the teachings, to the therapy, everything that I do, the enterprises kind of encompasses all of it.
Oh,
So,
nice. Have you been misidentified as Elvis Mitchell?
as who? No. Who's no? Mm-mm. I haven't Googled that. Google Elvis Mitchell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have to Google that too, because if you look like him, I may give you that nickname.
Oh. I like.
You're
Yeah.
Andre Elvis.
Andre Elvis. Okay. Is it Elvis? ELVIS?
ELVIS. Yep.
Okay. I'll have to look that up.
Do you have appearances or a membership component?
I am working on that. Well, yes, I do, because I do a lot of appearances. When I say that, I do a lot. I mean, everything from your career days in schools to meeting, going to churches, to motivational, to groups. Because even in church, man, I have a piece called I do with churches. Like when everybody else was doing like these paint parties, I came up with praise and paint that I do at churches. I have a youth component called Drawing Closer to God, which is a piece that I do with youth and teenagers. So it's kind of good to give you a prime example, man. I have one piece that says like I would get the youth together, and I would say most of you have best friends, you know. So in having a best friend, I would say to you, okay, Jason. So in your best friend, so what are the things that you talk to your best friend about? Now, everything I'm saying now, you have to draw it on canvas or paint it on canvas. So I would say, what are the things that you talk to your best friends about? Then you would have to draw that out on the canvas, and the next canvas would be what are the things you talk to God about, and you draw out your canvas. So I have pretty good uh, special. All the way back to answering your question. Yes, I do have appearances.
Nice. So in 5 or 10 years, where do you see yourself in your career?
Man, somewhere sitting on the beach going, "Hey, man, I had a good time." No, I'm just joking. Probably. Wow, 5 years goes by fast, man. I mean, really. But definitely with a few things that I'm working on right now, being able to look back and say, "Man, it was worth it." I was able to put it on. I was able to make that in the enterprise. So, I think 5 years from now, I'll be in a different place. I mean, as far as like, man, being able to look at it all, the whole enterprise piece. So,
Yeah. How have you improved in the last 5 years?
How have I improved?
As a person and as Andre. And you're
probably I've definitely worked harder, man, at my skill. So I mean, I would say that. But on a personal level, man, I probably have had to have more concentration on focusing on detail more, and just understanding the process of life. Because when you think that it's not your time, you got to realize that everything has a time for it, man. So I've learned from a spiritual standpoint as well that most things are in God's time or whatever. So I have that's me. I've learned to respect the process.
Yes. Now, how have you improved in your art over the many, many, many years?
I think I've improved by learning the different methods, such as digital. Man, a couple years ago, you couldn't tell me that I'd be drawing on a computer, man, or drawing with a paintbrush on a computer like digital. But I'm like now, just I used to always say that the key to success is having the flexibility to change. So having to change with everything, man. So I realize even now, where a lot of people are stuck, I had to realize that there's a virtual world out here now. So I think my improvement has been studying and really stand up on it.
Nice. So has your art been in some movies?
Yes, I've been in a couple of movies, couple of shows, man. I mean, I say that. I mean, oh my God, I can't think about the one. I was at home for Christmas right before the pandemic, of course. I was in Virginia, man. I was watching a movie with my mother, and I seen my work in the movie, and it's something on. I know it's on Netflix, and it's a spiritual piece, but it was in a church, and I saw that. My work has been in a couple of reality shows here because Atlanta, Atlanta is Hollywood, so a lot of people, man, come by and say, "Hey, man, can you do this piece for that?" I think the first piece my artwork was in was like something about real divas or something like that, and the woman Monifa or whatever, it was in her home. So I've been in a few shows.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of shows and videos, let's see some more of your incredible art that you did. Because, I mean, wow, how long does it normally take?
Well, It depends. Like when you see like the ones that move and my movement, that's my digital piece now. That's what I'm doing. But I really tell people I probably average on a day, man. I'm sketching all day long. Like I was telling you when I got you, like this, like these sketches. I'm sketching. I've been sketching. So
Oh, I actually have that sketch right here.
yeah, so you have the sketch. No, not that's well, it's similar to it. Yeah, but it's funny, man, because the way I do them, I actually average about maybe 12 to 15 a day.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
And
Yep.
when I learned how to do this, man, I'm fascinated with it sometimes. I'm like, wow, it's cool.
That is cool. That's very wow. Uh, to think, I I I can't even draw a simple circle.
Now keep it, but keep in mind now when we were talking about home decor, like that same pattern that you just saw could be a pillow, could be a bedspread, could be a shower curtain. So these are things I've learned how to take one piece of art and just you know take it across.
So, do you think you could give me a little bit of art lessons?
Absolutely, I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to, man. And as a matter of fact, yeah, I think we should schedule that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, do you have any interest in playing piano?
It's interesting. Wow. I'm kind of curious as to why you would ask me that, but the reason why I said it because in growing up, I would love to play piano. Now,
Wow.
I would love to play piano, but I wouldn't know where to start. When I was growing up, I played bass. I was a bass player, and my sister took piano lessons. And I took bass lessons, but I said as I got older, man, I wish I had done the opposite. I wish I had taken piano, and because I love a good piano.
What was your favorite song?
My favorite song that when back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean, I was
on piano.
on piano. No, I was still Charlie Brown in it. I was still doing the da 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 da. Whatever I wanted the Charlie Brown song. That was
Yeah.
that was me, man. I can't get in anything beyond that. I mean, that was it. Charlie Brown for me.
Hmm. So, what was your favorite song?
Mm. Anything that had a strong bass line. I mean, back then, man, I was way before your time, man. A Bootsy Collins, Parliament Funkadelic type of guy, man. If it had a strong bass line like the song Flashlight. So you can look that up later on. I, I'm sure you heard it. You probably recognize when you hear it, but I know your mom knows. But this Flashlight, man, Parliament, that made me pick up the bass. Earth, Wind and Fire, Verdine White, the bass player, Marcus Miller, anything on Luther Vandross album because Marcus Miller was a bass player. Then we had the Brothers Johnson. So that era back then was my thing.
Yes. So, what's your favorite music now?
I kind of go across the board, man. I mean, I'm a music has certain times for me. I mean, like I wake up in the morning, man. I like to hear some gospel. I still like to hear gospel in the morning. I'm a anything else beyond that. I'm a neo soul type of dude. But then I love jazz. I mean, I'm a jazz guy. But gospel, man, if I was to say my favorite genre of music would be gospel. I mean, I love gospel music. That's how most of my work, man, when I got started in art was inspiration. I did the piece Total Praise. I did with Richard Smallwood. I did On Time God with Dottie Peoples. I
Yes.
did Praise Is What I Do with Will Murphy. I did, so I did all these things in concert with them. So I would say that's what I know the most.
Nice. Wow. So, how was working with TD Jakes?
Well, I never the thing because he's such a big dude. I mean, when I say his ministry at the time, I got to work with his organization because they were the ones that set me up to work with his group and to design a piece for his manpower conference. I was able to do a piece for the manpower conference, but I promise you, back then I didn't. I saw him, met him, but I dealt with his organization 98% of the time, which was great.
Oh, nice. So, in 5 years,
Uh
where do you see yourself as a person?
huh. Probably by that time, man, a grandfather, somewhere. Well, I have a 22-year-old daughter, 21-year-old daughter, and who's already told me that she wants to start a family at 25, 26. Um, and then, as a person, man, someone just that would have had a little more wisdom than I have today.
Yes. So, is your family interested in the same thing that you're doing? Preferably your daughter?
No, no. But she has an artsy. Um, she has an artsy bug in her though. I think she's more talented than she thinks she is. As far as art, no. But I think she's a wonderful actress. At one time I know she wanted to do that, but I think she's a wonderful actress, man. And it was funny when she was in school. She's 21 now. When she was in school, and I asked her what did she want to be when she graduated, she told me she wanted to be a YouTuber. And I said a YouTuber. So she introduced me to that, and I said, "Man, no, I don't think I want to be a YouTuber until I Googled it."
Yeah, you. Yeah. I mean, YouTubers, there's like this secret room in their house. You'll never see it when you have a tour. It's like right behind their bedroom. It's
Right.
it's full of cash. It's
Wow.
just it's just full of cash.
Wow.
You never see it. They'll never show you, but I know it's there.
You know it's there, right? Yeah. But so hopefully maybe one day she'll pick up the YouTuber thing again. Right now she's into early childhood development, like teaching.
Yeah. So, do you ever think of your artwork being in the things your daughter has acted in? Do you have like plans of your artwork being in things that she acted in, or will act in?
Well, I mean that would be lovely. I mean that would be lovely, man. It'd be even lovelier if she was into it and she and I produced something together. Then I would definitely be in there, because I'm always still interested. I mean, I produced a play some years ago. I forgot, but I produced a play some years ago, and so I still have a bug for producing. At least being an executive producer on something. So yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we could like do a whole thing like you producing a movie and like a lot of your artwork being in it. Maybe you could do like a little cameo and the stuff too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man, I love to. Yeah,
Nice.
I love to. Just let me know.
Nice.
That's
So,
that's, that's what I do.
how was your experience when you were acting? Because you said when it hit take 92, you're like, nah, this ain't for me.
Nah, man, no, I realized it wasn't for me because I'm like, man, so I have to have the same. You said I have to have the same expression, the same, I mean, voice, the same face, the same everything that I just did.
Yeah,
Not
it's like when you do it correctly, the guy misses the line. You're like, come on, man, this is take 177.
right. And then you finally get yours right, and someone else on the same set does theirs wrong, and guess what you have to do? All over again with them.
Yep. Yeah. But did you get the crafty food?
No.
Man, come on, man. That ain't fair. That ain't fair. That ain't.
No, none of that.
Come on. Man, that makes everything worthwhile. If you had that crafty food. Ew.
Hey man, I had to hang out with you on set.
Yeah.
I was done.
Yeah, it's good. I create myself my own beats.
Mm.
Yeah, been pretty nice, pretty nice. Man, that's not fair. You didn't even get the crafty food. Come on.
No.
You had to do 2,522 takes.
Wow. No.
No, I was there. I was there. You may have not seen me. I may have not even been quote unquote born. But
Right.
I was there.
Okay.
I waited for those 2,001,522 takes.
Hey man. I guess we all have our lanes.
Yeah.
That one's not mine.
Yeah. But if you do produce, do you see yourself doing like a tiny little thing in your movie or play?
Well, like the only thing closest to that I see happening is doing this reality show I want to do, man. I mean, so I'm just thinking about that and how to do just enough of it where it makes I have just just a little bit of presence, and it really it's from a more of a teaching perspective or executive.
Yeah. So if you can tell us, do you know who's going to be in that reality show?
I don't. But what I do know is there are going to be some very creative people.
That's nice.
They're very, very creative. I think it's going to be something that people gonna love to watch.
Sure.
I'm just trying to figure out, do I make it a weekly or whatever? But I mean, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Nice.
So, where do you think your reality show will be airing?
Where or when?
When and where?
Well, we're actually talking about it now, so I really don't know, because we're talking about it now because another thing I'm learning is I've had to learn about how you have to have so many cameras in so many places, and you have to make sure you have enough cameramen to cover those. And then you have to realize
all the lighting, all the mic people, planes, cars. I mean, there's a lot. Once I was doing something, there was like kids playing in the background at the park. It was
right.
But yeah, after it's all done, it's gonna be worthwhile.
Yeah. So I'm really trying to narrow down the location right now. I mean, as to where to have it, because let's just say I'm looking at it between maybe 8 to 12 artists at one time. So, wow. And there'll be challenges that they will have to do. There'll be things that they have to produce. So my thing is like, we're working on now how to make that work.
Yeah.
That's
gonna be nice. Nice.
Nice.
So, do you have any ideas of where it's filming?
Where it'll be filmed at?
Yeah.
I have a studio right now out in Norcross.
Wow.
And it's actually an art studio that's in the same place of filming studio. So they asked me to come in and put an art studio there. So I'm in the same space. So that's what I'm talking to. I'm talking to the producers out there. So we're like, how do we bring it in the house? And I have a very good space for it.
Yes.
So that was another challenge. I'm like, do I make it all just film right here?
Yeah. So, what is your favorite food? Your favorite, like top?
Oh man, seafood.
Can't be like what type of seafood? Can't be like crab leg, shrimp, and you know, um, other stuff. It has to be what specific.
Um, Believe it or not, man, I'm from Virginia. I like salt. I like saltfish, man. Like I'm not saltfish. I like my favorite seafood is a spot. It's called spot, man. Spot is a fish. It's called spots. I love spots and croakers. Um, I like crab, man. Like every year, man, my wife and we do good. I know you said can't be crab, but blue crabs. The little ones I go grab from the farmers market every year, live, and I steam them. We had some last weekend, man, so it was great. I look forward to them. I guess because we don't get them as much by being here as they do in Virginia. Um, so I'm not a lobster tail dude. I don't think it's enough in there for me to be excited about. Um, but I am I do like shrimp and crab. That's it. My wife and I both like shrimp and crab, so we keep that around.
Shrimp and crab's good.
Yeah, crab cake, man. Nothing beats a great uh, crab cake. Who has had the most
I
profound?
never had crab cake. Never.
You never?
I mean, I may have had, but I mean, it wasn't memorable if I had it.
Well, okay.
Yeah. You guys must have had that good crab fish.
Well,
Crab cake. Yeah, I did. I definitely said that the first time.
wow, crab cake. Yeah.
So, who has the most profound impact on your art career?
Wow. Who's had the most profound impact on my art career? I would say that's hard, man. Well, I'm saying the impact itself would be people, because when you create, like you just never know till you put it out there. You never know the value of something until people respond or react to it. So I would say people have had the most profound impact on my career. Sometimes I'll do something, I'm like, wow, it felt good doing it. But then when I put it there, I'm like, it was very good. It was received well as well. So I would say people had the most impact.
Yes. Now we're just gonna show one more clip of your incredible artwork. I mean, wow, that's very, very, very impressive. Because I mean, that's impressive. Like, like how, like actually how, like not like in mind. Like how do you do that with your hands and things?
Which one? That right there? Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah, but how do you do it? Because it's hard. It's very hard to do. How? Like actually.
Well, I mean, just like I was saying before, man, like the lines, man, the line quality of the pieces is what I'm known for. And I guess the fluidity of it, the fluid is what I'm known for. And it just so happens that I'm able to put it into a time lapse when I do it. So that's how it's done. But yeah, man, it was by mistake. Believe it or not, one day I said, wait a minute, time lapse, what is that? I had time lapse and it was like, kept going. And I'm like, wow, can I put music to this? So I have some pieces I put music to. And now, believe it or not, man, there's a thing called NFT, which is very popular right now. A lot of people are making money with it. And it's digital art. So when that started happening, man, people were calling me saying, you've been doing that a long time, which I had. So I'm just trying to figure out now how to monetize it, make it work for itself. Because I have hundreds of them.
Wow. Now this is a very, 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 very hard question. Got it? This is hard. Now, see, what is your favorite color?
Um, red,
Why red?
because it's bold. Okay, I like boldness. If you notice, like most of my pieces, you'll see there's a bold color in it somewhere, and it's either a red or an orange. It's the pop.
Yes.
It's the pop that makes it
The
so,
pop.
the pop. That's right. It's or the splash or whatever you call it. Everything has to have a splash. That's what it is.
So why did you want to become a lawyer?
Why did I or didn't I?
Why did you want to?
I guess growing up, arguing with my sisters all the time. I guess I'm not sure. I don't know.
You
Well,
just want to prove your point. Like, I did not
I did not do that.
Oreos from on top of the freezer. No, I did
No.
not. I have evidence. Point A, point B. I was not around the scene of the crime when that happened.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And I saw cookie crumbles from the kitchen to a room.
Right. Right. All the way down to you did not tell me we had homework to my teacher.
You did not tell me we had homework. You just gave us a piece of paper, okay? You did not say we had to finish it or we had to do it at all. You did not even say we had to acknowledge it.
Right. That's right. Yeah. But of course, that would be being a bad student, so that's not good. But but back then, I don't know. Well, also in growing up is when I was growing up, you felt like it was either teacher, preacher, lawyer. Back then that was what people did. Man, that's who made the money. You felt like in your neighborhood and people that you were around. So I felt like, well, a lawyer. I thought a lawyer was cool. And my father had a few lawyer friends who I thought were cool. So I wanted to be cool like them and make some money and make a living.
Yeah.
But then I thought it was boring to me. Yeah, to me.
So you're just saying I have to spend like 5 years in college just to say objection. I'm out, man. I'm gonna go to drawing, man. It's better. It's better.
Yeah, but I will say this though, man. I did look into being a courtroom artist. So
Wait, what is that for people who don't know? Because obviously I know. Is that like the people who draw the suspects?
Yeah, or people who draw the like when they're in the courtroom, they would draw like you may see like the sketches from the court scenes, or you would see like even like when someone is the suspects or victims or suspects, right? That's another artist. That would be something a forensics artist or something. Well, no, somebody's kind of artist for the police department. But I was talking about being a courtroom artist where they have all the sketches from different cases. Now, they do well. I mean, can you imagine having? Oh my God, man! I can see now, man, with just all the things we've been through lately. Just the courtroom artist, man, just having sketches. They kind of capture history. So the great part about it. But see, the thing about it is you have to be very quick.
Yeah. So, have you ever thought of going back to being a lawyer?
No, not at all.
Have you ever screamed out objection?
Have I ever screamed out objection? No. I may have said a couple times. I don't. No. I don't believe that, or I didn't. That was not my thought. I may say that, but no.
Yeah. Man, you should try it, man.
I may have to. I may have to one day. Let me know. I'll let you know when I did. I can call you and say, Jalen, that felt so good, man, to be able just to scream objection.
Man, no. I didn't. Man, I was drawn. I That was a bonnet. That was not a cap. That was a bonnet. Objection.
Right. Right. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But this has been great.
It has been, man. Thank you, man. I hopefully, maybe, man, you'll have me back on
Yeah.
and later on as I get into some of my projects, man. We can share and see how you've been doing. But I'm gonna stay tuned with you, man. Thanks for reaching out to me.
Yes, but yes, we will have to schedule time for me learning how to draw, because I'm not gonna confirm or deny that I cannot draw a circle.
Okay.
Not gonna confirm or deny that. But before we get off, can you tell us your information and how we could find you?
Yeah. So my information, of course, my Instagram is Art by Andre. That's ARTBYANDRE. My website, though, I have a brand new website, which is Andre Thompson. That's AndreThompson art.com. Andre Thompson art.com. So between Instagram and that, man, that would be the best way to.
Yeah. Well, after I do my outro, can you stay on a little bit?
All right.
Yeah, but this is some of his incredible artwork. It's pretty nice, pretty cool, pretty great. But if you guys don't know already, Jalen says anniversary coming up pretty soon. It's gonna be great and fantastic. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe, because it's great and incredible and it helps me out a lot. And yes, this is his website if you want to buy some of his incredible pictures, incredible pillows, incredible clocks. They're just great. And yes, if you guys do want to support me, you could always support at Cash App $ Jalen Says. And Jalen Says TV, now live for all content creators, whatever you do. Pictures, animations, movies, short films, whatever you do. And yeah, it's nice and incredible. And it won't have no Jalen Says marker. It'll be all you, all whatever you do. It'll be all you. Have your own marker and everything. And thank you guys for staying on. Stay tuned for all this incredible stuff. And Jalen Says TV, now live. You could DM us at Jalen Aliyu, Facebook, and thank you. And I mean, I have to do it again. I have to share some of his incredible artwork, because this is incredible. It's fantastic. It's wow. It's incredible. Wow, that was incredible. And thank you guys for staying on. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe hit the bell so you get notified of all my new incredible videos. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you a lot. Like the video if you haven't already, and stay tuned, guys.